Welcome to Travel with Sean. I'm Sean, and today we're in Lisbon, Portugal. And in this episode, we're going to look at the top 5 things to see in Lisbon if you have a limited amount of time and you just have one day.
O Mosteiro dos Jerónimos, or the Monastery of the Order of St. Jerome, is an UNESCO World Heritage Site in the Belém neighborhood. It's about 2 miles west of downtown and was built close to where the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama left on his first voyage to India. Construction began in 1501 and took about 100 years to complete. The monastery was founded to pray for the king and sailors. It's also the final resting place of Vasco da Gama. It's very popular, so you want to get here early to limit your waiting in time. Right next door to the monastery is a Navy museum, which displays artifacts, maps, drawings, etc., pertaining to Portugal's maritime history, including models of 15th century ships. In 1863, King Louis I started collecting items pertaining to the country's maritime history, and this museum contains his collection and has continued collecting to modern time. Across the street from the monastery is the Monument to the Explorers. You're going to want to find the pedestrian tunnel like I did to safely cross under the busy street. The monument has the images of the Portuguese explorers, including Vasco da Gama, who discovered the sea route to India, Ferdinand Magellan, the first sailor to circumnavigate the earth, and O Infante Enrique, Prince Henry the Navigator. There's also the image of a woman on the monument, Philippa of Lancaster, sister of Henry IV of England and mother to Prince Henry the Navigator. The monument was originally built for the Portuguese World Fair in 1940 to commemorate the explorers of the 15th and 16th centuries. They demolished it shortly after the fair, but rebuilt it in 1960 to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the death of Prince Henry, who was responsible for the innovations that led to the Age of the Explorers. The Tower of Belém is about a 5 to 10 minute walk from the Monument to the Explorers. It was completed in 1519 and is an UNESCO World Heritage Site built to commemorate Vasco da Gama's voyages and to supplement Lisbon's defense. A Praça do Comércio, or the Commerce Plaza in English, was the site of the Ribeira Palace, which was the royal family's residence until the palace, like much of the city, was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake. The statue in the middle of the plaza is of King José I, who was king in 1755. The plaza is now home of the Portuguese Ministry of Finance, as well as other government offices. It's located in the heart of downtown Lisbon and is easily accessible on foot or by metro. The archway you see is called the Arco da Rua Augusta. It was originally called Arco do Triunfo, Arch of Triumph. It was built to commemorate the reconstruction of Lisbon following the 1755 earthquake. The triumphant reconstruction of the city is why they called it the Arch of Triumph, and it took over 100 years to complete. Passing through the arch one way, you can walk into a Praça do Comércio. The other way, you can walk to St. Jorge's Castle or catch Tram 28 to go to the castle and the historic Alfama district. The breezeways on either side of the arch are quite photogenic. From Arco da Rua Augusta, it's a short walk to where you can catch Tram 28, which can take you to the historic Alfama district of the city and take you within a few blocks of St. George's Castle. If you'd prefer to walk to the castle, it makes for a really good cardio workout, as the route is all uphill. The castle is located on top of a hill behind the cathedral, so if you can appreciate the workout, or at least tolerate the uphill climb, it makes for a really nice walk through Alfama, the historic district of the city. The castle was the site of a Roman fort in the 1st century BC, but people have lived here at least since the 8th century BC. In the 8th century AD, Moors, North African Muslims, conquered what is now Lisbon and built this castle in the middle of the 11th century. In the middle of the 12th century, the castle was liberated from Muslim rule by Crusaders, bringing the castle under Portuguese control. According to one legend, the knight Martim Moniz noticed that one of the gates to the castle was open, so he threw his body into the gap to prevent the Moors from closing it. The legend says that he gave his life to ensure Christian soldiers were able to enter the castle grounds. Because of this legend and his supposed sacrifice, there is now a plaza named after him, Praça Martim Moniz. About 100 years after the Christian Reconquista, King Alfonso II moved the nation's capital from Coimbra to Lisbon. The city of Lisbon grew from the area surrounding the castle, making it the center of the town at the time. It was used as a royal palace during the 15th century and into the 16th century, when the earthquake of 1531 caused it to be abandoned. From the castle, there is a beautiful view of the city and the Tagus River, which is the heart of the city. In the distance, on the south side of the river, you can see the statue Christu Rei, or Christ the King. While you're visiting, you might be lucky enough to see one of these beautiful creatures, as this seems to be a very popular resting place for several wild peacocks.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe down below. Then you can be alerted to future episodes of Travel with Sean. Thanks again.